I'm sorry it's been a while. I've been trying to figure out some technical issues that I've been having. But I decided to get on and play for a little while today. And today I'm going to be playing Mortician's Tale. It was one of the itch.io games that was available in the Social Justice Bundle earlier this summer. And so I'm really excited to play it. And I really am hoping you're excited to watch it. Let's get that started up. Alright. Hope you're all doing really well today. I'm excited to start this. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. Oh, that's a cool art style. I have an email. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Alright, I don't think this is just an age thing, honestly, but if you're sending a work email, I don't think that's how you get to do it. But that's cool. Instructions. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Amy Rose. Good luck, you beautiful and smart babe, you. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry, because as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing! I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London, Ontario, serial killer, capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. I apologize for that. God. Also, I signed you up for a funeral's monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. I love you and super proud of your gift. Love you, love you, love you. Jen. Today's tasks. Hello, Charlie. Hope you are settled in so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. Is that true? I thought you still had to prep the body either way. I mean, at least I for sure thought you had to prep the body either way. The family seemed a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Special requests. No embalming, closed casket. We're happy to be with Rose and daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations. Oh, so it's a special request that she not be embalmed. Because I was pretty sure, even if you had a closed casket service, you still embalmed a body. So this is probably either a religious request or some a green request or something like that. We'll proceed with the closed casket for the service. I just know that she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment. And since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily, it would be a shame to have her final moments be counter to the way she lived. Got it. Oh, sure thing. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Alright. She is here. Oh. I'm glad her family is, like, positive about her death. Where we will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Click the sponge. Drag it over the body. Aww. I mean, at least she's not young. And I don't know how the game feels about all of that. And how far that's going to go. But that's it. You're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. Got it. It's weird because I just saw a job posting yesterday for a part-time funeral assistant where I am, and I thought about it. So this is interesting. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it is also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Is that true? If you work as a mortician, do you go to funerals? I don't know if I'd be good at that. I think I would cry too much. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Well, dressed for it. I guess it would help the families. Oh. I thought it was going to be text-based. I didn't think there were going to be people. We'll talk to people. We'll start and walk around the room. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Oof, everyone's got an opinion about something. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain. At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Ew. Oh, little boy all by himself. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? This is the other part about being an outsider at a funeral I think I would really not do well with. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy. But it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Oh, they're all a bunch of ungrateful brats. I thought this was gonna be nice when I read the email. I hate it. I hate it. Someone in this room better be nice or I'm gonna just pitch a fit. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Oh, this must be my coworker. Maybe? I would think so. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. She's dead. Could you be nicer? Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. Ah! Can I leave? No, I gotta pay my respects. Aw. That feels about the most natural thing that's happened in this room. Am I allowed to leave now? Because these people are all making me upset. Oh, I'm cleaning. Oh, I have an email. I know, I'm coming. Computer always calls. Oh, I like her tattoos. I am so frustrated right now. Okay, so let me explain this in a little bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing tight lacer's liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inward from what the doctors leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceroptosis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? which is super unsettling because that can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. Oof. How much of a woman's issue is that for sure? Can I rant for a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyway. And like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Oof, as someone who wears one in real life, sidebar, I feel this. I don't wear one all the time, but man, leave me alone. If you knew anything about the dangers of Victorian fashion when you like could get poisoned from wearing the color green, you'd be kinder to people who just like want to pull their insides a little tighter. It's fine. It's fine. Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Wow. She's a whole mood. Sorry. I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit. I love that this second email is supposed to be her cooled off, but it's... I feel it. It's real. Alright, here's the instructions for the next body. You did a more remarkable job on the first one. The family was very happy with you. I mean, I don't know that they were particularly worried. Oh god. This game is about to get real. I can feel it. Because I didn't vibe with this first family. I think what I'm learning today is not to apply to that job I saw. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duvall. An elderly man died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. So there's a way to do this wrong. Got it. Got it. I'll get right on it. Oh, and now I'm in my scrubbies. But apparently. Alright, Mr. Duvall. What can I do for you? Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. I get that bodies don't necessarily look super nice when you go to clean them, but I'm surprised. I guess it's the aesthetic of the game. Everyone's just kind of gray and... Alright, Mr. Duvall. Let's get you cleaned up. Presentable looking for your funeral. You were a hairy man, my dude. You're a hairy man. I have heard about this before. To get it a little bit more pliable. No, that's not what I need. What? Click and drag an eye cap. Yeah, wouldn't that be it? It would be this. It should be those, right? Or are these eye caps? Oh, those are cotton balls. I'm just dumb. I've heard about all of this, actually. Mouth. Oh. Suture. Uh-oh. Lotion. Alright, I know this is not the time to think about this, but it a little bit reminds me of Trauma Center. If anyone's ever watched the Game Grumps play through. And the embalming machine. And then massage it in. And then massage it in. And then massage it in. And massage it in. I'm like stressed. I'm stressed about this. It's a game. It's a game with like really sweet music and calm colors. I'm stressed, man. I'm stressed. And then I have to go to the funeral again, don't I? Wouldn't you do that? Before you embalmed? Wouldn't you have done this before you embalmed? I don't know. I could be absolutely wrong. Excuse me? What? Why? Did I do something wrong? Or am I just not clicking on this spot properly? What is happening? Oh, I just was not holding enough. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duvall's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in the casket. Time to attend the funeral. I genuinely don't know if that's a thing that people do. I've been to a couple funerals, and I've been to one at a funeral home, and I don't remember. Alright, we're starting here again. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, 1 minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, that person is just gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about for too long, like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. So weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. Oh, I mean, at least this one makes me feel more like the person's being cared about. Although I guess that's its own sadness, and I guess it's not true of everyone. It's so strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red no matter what. Ah, someone who goes to a lot of memorials or celebrations of life and not funerals. That's very a religious background for sure. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. Oh. And then the little boy on his tablet. Alright. Am I able to say goodbye? Alright. December 2nd, 10:22 a.m. We're cleaning. Oh no, are we doing a cremation today? Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Thank you. how hard it would be to date someone if you dealt with death all the time. I guess you definitely have a new perspective on living. I'll scroll through so you can read this. I don't think I'm going to read this one myself. But it does bring up an interesting point, that it might be harder to date when you're surrounded by death all the time. Oh no. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you're only with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm gonna go grab some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone, and swing back home. You want anything? A beef and cheddar? Arby's? I'm gonna take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm headed out in 15 minutes. Aw. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I miscalculated some of our income and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about the whole thing and can cut a check from my own personal account if need be. Oh, no. LGBTQ funerals. Respect. No, there's gonna be a sad email. I can already tell. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are at times subjected to during their funerals. Oh no, please don't let that be this funeral. Because why would the game say it otherwise? There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut, are buried under the wrong name, and subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. And this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased's wishes as per their lived experiences. Oh no. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive: enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation obviously enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different, and because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived it. So, a step in the right direction. I mean, that's good, California. I think that's probably true. I hope other places follow it. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriage, but this doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is always to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. Glad I read it, but now I'm sad. And today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. So this may not be today's, but I'm betting I was supposed to read that because it's going to come up at some other point. Coffee is warm. Sorry. ADD. God. Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we need to prepare the body. They brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Also, wouldn't it be because you're trying not to damage the... You need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click and drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. It's like a dog tag. We just removed jewelry. I thought we were supposed to... What? Did I do everything I was supposed to? I should read better. Our ashes are just automatically over here. I wasn't sure what was happening at first. This is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone fragments. Yeah, I did know that. Using the cremulator will break the fragments into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Oh, that's a pretty urn. Bone fragments. Now all the bones processed. Putting this back on the counter. Put the necklace into the urn. That makes sense. No. Can you... And the identification tag. And the top. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. It's funeral time. This is nice, in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Whatever brings people together. Glad she was cremated and not in like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. Oh. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. I mean, you literally will never make everyone happy at a funeral, but it does seem nice. What a game, man. What an experience. Valentine's Day! No, that's sad. I was texting. I have coffee again. Or I guess she could be a tea drinker. There's so much going on. Oh no. Hi all, it is with a heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct but remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes. Larger corporations than we are can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know, the way it goes. So we've been bought, or I sold. Either way, soon, Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc., A company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes, though honestly I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact, somewhat. They have a good reputation and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but admittedly, I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Oh, that's so sad. Aw, that's really sweet. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I could reach out and you would be somebody I could talk to and all this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a full, good life and was very happy and that she's not in any pain now, but I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that I'll be okay. Thank you. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I would be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. And it would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. I'm going to leave this up on the screen for a second. I have to go let my dog out. Be right back. Green burials. That makes sense. I've thought a lot about that. Trying to not make a deeper impact on the world when I go. Cremation pacemaker? Ah. Hi, Amy. You asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. Got it. Extra work. Got it. Which is fine. It makes sense that you wouldn't want to burn the pacemaker because it's another thing that would cause environmental harm if you just burned it. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide us any to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we don't want that. Let's start by removing Mr. Reyes' pacemaker. I guess the only question I have is, wouldn't the hospital do that? I mean, maybe they wouldn't, but it feels like something that the hospital would do. I guess you don't. I wanted to close up that incision so badly, and I was like, but you wouldn't. I get that you wouldn't. All set to be cremated. I wonder how difficult it would be to be a mortician and be spiritual. I guess you would do a lot of praying, probably. Or at least a lot of reflecting. Earn first. No, I'm not trying to throw them. I'm sorry. Meeting another family. It's also, I get that this is just game design and it's just to make it look streamlined, like you leave your office to come to this room. But would your would it really be this room? Like you step out of your office into the reception area? I mean, maybe. Again, I don't know enough about these places. Gosh. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No. We talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. Oh. They're together, and he didn't accept them. At least it looks like it. That body language, anyway. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? Oof, the many different facets of grief. I always told him to quit smoking. But of course he never listened to me, so that figures. Oh. He blames himself for not being able to convince him. Damn. And the wife? Maybe. Maybe not. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he cared if I was there or not. Whew. He must have been a rough man. That's sad. February 28th, 10:35 a.m. Hand washing, very important. All the important hand washing. Keep your gloves clean. Do I really check my computer with my gloves on? Because that seems unsanitary. It's fine. Thought I'd pass this along to you. Hi, Amy. I just wanted to thank you for the service the other month. And apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Okay, Jen. You hate mushrooms so much I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death, I know. Shocker, look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing you on my phone, so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyway, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call a biomix, mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, provide nutrients for the soil, for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for the use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably gonna do this. There's no harm in planning ahead. Am I right? Things to avoid saying at a funeral. At least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this. It's probably not your place to dictate. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. Were they saved? No religious statements. Just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is it not always comforting, but it can be insulting. Also, why would you want to scare the crap out of people's families? That's not cool. They're with the angels now. See the above note. Rinse and repeat. Let me know how I can help. This one's tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't ask for it. If you want to help, suggest specific things. For example, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them. Take them to their favorite restaurant or buy tickets to see a movie together. This one I have been really pushing harder lately in my life. A family member of mine lost their child recently. And my husband reached out to them and was like, hey, what can we do? And I said, no. Ask them what they want us to cook, or if they need us to bring them food. Be specific. Or if we can do, like, I gave a couple of specific things that he should ask. And it helped because then they could turn around and say, yes, we do need food. We're not really able to cook for ourselves right now. We don't have the energy. We're not in the place for it. Or more recently, I found out someone had lost their job. And I said to them, if you need a person to talk to, if you need a place to go, if you need money, or if you need food, please tell me those things and I will do them for you as much as I can. It's not just death. It can be in any situation where you're like, if you need help, just let me know. Be more specific. It does genuinely help. Whoo, this next one. I know how you feel. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate. Sometimes people will want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. TLDR, just say I'm sorry if you don't know what else to say. Oh no. Oh no. No. All right, this might be a trigger warning for anyone watching. This is youth death and probably suicide. So, if that's not cool, I'm going to give you a chance to cut out now. Thanks for watching if you were here, and I'm sorry if you got to go. Thank you for being here. Charlie, I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation yet. Anyways, they're never easy. Rosen Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney, or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advance directive regarding these wishes, so his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, is this suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. Good day, Ms. Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was, clearly, not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As for payment, we'll bring a check. Like I said, if you're uncomfortable, you're good to go. Why would they request an open casket funeral? Indirect. Oh, God. I know people are like this, but I hate it. I hate knowing it. The deceased's family has asked for an open casket funeral. Let's start by cleaning the body. Sorry guys, I'm just thinking at the moment. I know I chose to do this one, so. But honestly, I guess in a sort of more realistic idea, it wouldn't be fun to leave someone else with this job either. And I just think it's unfair that that there is a legal precedent for like not doing what someone says when they've said it. I don't know. I just think that's messed up. Oh no, this is probably the reason why they let you pass on this one, is going to the funeral part. Because you're gonna have to see the person who chose to disregard this. Yeah, that makes sense. I wish we were closer. Wow, I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. The people left behind. I heard it wasn't going to be open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, been able to do something to stop it. There was no way to know. You can't blame yourself. He wouldn't have wanted that. There's so much going on here. It's really hard to process. From, like, this not being what he wanted in the first place, to, like, whether or not people can see, and should see, or what they're responsible for, and it's a lot. I know, it hurts. Sorry guys, sorry. Luna, no. No. Dog down. Finish eating your food, weirdo. Finish eating your food. You're not finished eating. You're not eating. You're not eating. no. No. You have to eat. Eat. You can't be quiet. I would cry. I'm not gonna lie. I would absolutely cry if I was the person who had to attend on this funeral. Clearly the mom isn't there. That has to be the case, that the mom is not there. Another email. Another set of emails probably, but you know. Chad Grant. Oh no. New Big Daddy Bouse. I don't care. Can I just say first off that this is bull crap? Ugh. Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, I can't. I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitative. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. P.S. If you're reading this, Hillside Overlord. Good. No. Can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work I have to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection, and you can even see this bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you the link when we have a catalog. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? Anyway, this event I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Lots of deaf-positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe space. Deaf Cafe. Huh. Different funeral traditions. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of the Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Blah. I don't like it. Below are the details for our next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you are done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. I get that this is a job, but thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Well, it's like, follow the requested specifications exactly. The requested specifications are literally just cremation. That was, what? Oop, I didn't agree to do my job. Excuse me. What? I mean, I'm gonna guess that it's just the game being nice, but if she was in a bike accident, that's not what she'd look like. I'm guessing it's the game being nice. But I'm really weirded out that someone's lying and cremating this body so that they don't have to see it. I doubt that that's what's happening. I think it's the game being nice. I'm gonna just go with that. The game doesn't want to creep us out. Even though we've been dealing with this whole time. It's fine. Matthew? I thought Amy took things to the... Oh, Amy was my boss, so that makes sense that she wouldn't be doing it now. No, stop it. You gotta stay. You gotta finish eating. Stay and finish eating. Sorry, my dog's being weirdo. Stop it, Luna. Finish eating. Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine and to binge watch something right now. I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No, thanks, I mean... But no, I don't know. It's so intimate. It feels like I should do it myself. She would kill me if others saw the things we have. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book, except to you. Yeah, she was special. Aww. So glad it was cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. So this must be the guy who requested the cremation. She was always so careful. Wore her helmet, signaled used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them without asking about the legal ramifications of all this. Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with death of their partner all by themselves. That's rough. I have friends who've lost people to careless drivers, drunk drivers. It's rough, and it's so sudden and unexpected, and they're lost so young. Yeah, that one's rough. March 24th, 10:30. Oh, taking care of my plant. What a plant mom I am. I guess you gotta turn some things into the life that they can be. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work? Aw, am I dating Matthew? Can I be dating Matthew? He seems pretty cool. Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry. And no, I will not say hangry. Ever. As stated in a previous email, here are the new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on while on the premises belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprises. First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second, most importantly to this, is that no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, as my little avatar does, and as I would if I were doing this in real life, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell. A food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Screw these people! I reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family, inquiring if we at Hillside Heritage can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this in the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries of Hillside Heritage must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial instead. Excuse me? Home funerals. You know, this kind of makes sense to be paired with the high-cost upsell bullshit that was just said to me. Indiana. I am proud to announce that Hillside Heritage received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, as I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, Charlotte. No one calls me Charlotte. I've gone by Charlie the whole time. Are you kidding? Although Hillside Heritage Enterprises is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services, cremation is preferred here as it is the more cost-efficient of the two options. The first unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body has yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from cremation. I would quit. This is so inhumane. I'm so angry. I was sad before and now I'm just angry. How do you put an ID tag in with someone you can't ID? This is so uncool. I'm so upset. Ugh. And he's not gonna have a funeral, is he? I would imagine. The urn is so plain. Oh. I wonder. Oh no, I'm the only one here. And it's so bare and sad. But at least I am the person here. He deserves that. Everyone deserves dignity in their death. Even if the fucking funeral home won't give it to them. Sorry. As I said, I'm mad. I'm mad. April 9th. Hey, we have a full cadre of urns this one time. Usually we do not. We are thrilled to announce that we signed a contract with the hospital. No. All right, I will be right back in a second. I gotta put a dog out who's driving me crazy. I'll be right back. Go potty. Go potty. We gotta go potty. We gotta go potty. No. Luna, puppy. Come on. Outside. Alright, I'm back for the sad, guys. We are thrilled to announce that Hillside just signed a contract with Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us access to all of the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. We're excited for the opportunity to work with Morning Valley Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives over $15 million in funding and donations annually. There will no doubt be a boon for... I'm betting. This is my friend quitting. Yeah. Charlie, it's official. I put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Mega Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself. But you I am worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? Oh. I'm glad that Matt and I have apparently become friends. Oh, Jen has met and loves a special effects makeup artist. Aww. Lily. Aw. I'm glad my friend is having a good time. Water cremation? Alright, I'm here for this. We can call it a few different things like flameless cremation or perhaps resomation. Resomation? Its technical name, though, is actually alkaline hydrolysis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here and it's an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it water cremation. We all know that traditional cremation and burials take a huge toll on the environment, the high energy consumption that adds to the greenhouse gas effect being one of the chief amongst them, and water cremation is an alternative method available for the eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkali in water heated up very high, about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It basically works like a sped-up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage water at a factory, and alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation processes. Neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and in some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who don't want their death to have any greater impact on the environment than necessary. Well, too bad the Chads here don't let us do anything that is environmentally friendly. I see you were not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose this sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. I don't want to see that we've lost any customers because of your refusal to upsell. That is part of your job. Fuck it is. I will quit. I really hope that the end of this game is me quitting and finding a better place to be. Hey, they were gonna do an at-home funeral. No. They fucking took advantage of someone who's grieving at home. Sure thing, I'll get right to it. Oh, I'm so upset. Why? They didn't even want her presented, and now she's gonna have an open casket funeral? Ooh, I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. I'm so angry. Also, the implication of that one email is that at some point I will get either a mom or a baby, and I'm sad for both. And they were so happy about it, and I'm upset. I get that it's a natural part of life. Does not mean I'm happy about it, man. I would quit. I would be Matthew, I think. I would be Matthew. Corporations are soulless. They should not be even part of this industry. I get why they are. people have to die so you have an assured income. But I'm mad. I'm so upset. No, that's not what I need. Oh, I didn't even look, because it wouldn't be Matthew. I guess Matthew's put in his 2 weeks notice, so he's not gone yet, but... Ooh, there are lots of people. I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? Actually, your grief makes you hungry because your body's stressed out. You're always hungry. Ooh, what a thing to say. It's so cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Yeah, let's go for a walk later. It's really nice out. Would be good to stretch my legs. Let's make the grief process as uncomfortable as possible. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad for not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chad guy said seems right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah, I just want Mom to know I loved her. Wish I hadn't yelled at her before. Shh, it's okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please don't be hard on yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Me too. Whew. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh, hey, what did you think of that trailer I sent you? Oh yeah, I've heard that show is so good. I saw that video of the one kid actor doing karate. Damn, I wish we could all let this family grieve the way they wanted. Corporations suck. I'm still here in August? Damn, Charlie. I'm not here! I moved on. I'm, something else. I don't know. What am I now? Charlie, dear, I am so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rose and Daughters. If there is anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I am always happy to help. I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. Hey Charlie, when I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree, and thankfully I concentrated on my driving skills since I'm now working as a, wait for it, bus driver, a school bus driver. Charlie, could you believe that? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason, I was worried you'd think less of me. But I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind, and besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, might I add. God, as a former teacher, I feel this. I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute, but don't tell Amy I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and for being all cynical about them. Congrats on your new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Matthew. Charlie, I am so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase. God. But you stuck through it like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm not trying to be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for your understanding and for your work. You've made today easier already. See you at 1. Best, Eileen Hansen. I'll see you soon. Oh, I should have checked what that was. Hold on. Magnolia Forest. Funeral home and natural burial park. That's awesome. Infants buried at no charge. Damn, I'm having feelings. Damn, I'm having feelings. And she can show off her tattoos. And people can feel part of the burial process. This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much. But thank you for helping me give her the funeral she always wanted. Anyway, I think we're ready to get started now. Oh. Oh. Wow. The Order of the Good Death, Death in the Maiden, Caitlin Doherty. I've watched Caitlin Doherty's videos. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Hey, I have a Luna too. Oh, wow. Go Canada. Go Ontario. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that it would have an in memory for it. Thank you for making it. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm, thank you for being here with me, going through that. I'm having a lot of feelings about it, and I'm betting that others might too. But I think it is really important to sort of remember that not only is death important, but it's a thing to pay attention to, and people have to grieve in their own ways, and we can only be there for them. But also as a business, death shouldn't be a business. And if you're dealing with a funeral directory or something that isn't listening to you, maybe find someone else who will, because we should have the same respect in our deaths that we do in our lives. Thank you for being here with me today. Hopefully the next game I pick is not quite so sad. I was not necessarily intending for it to be that sad. But thank you for being here with me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.